Hey guys, we're at GearFest at Sweetwater, and in this video, we're gonna be talking about wireless Workbench. I'm joined by Yuri from Shure, and if you're new to wireless Workbench, he's gonna explain to you the importance of this software when you're setting up your wireless microphone systems for the first time. It's gonna make your life so much easier and make sure you don't run into any interference with your wireless mics or monitors. So Yuri, let's dive right in.
All right, let's do it.
So first, explain to us what is wireless Workbench and how can worship and production leaders out there utilize this for their wireless system?
Beautiful. So wireless Workbench is our free software that we offer to coordinate frequencies for pretty much any wireless equipment that you have within the UHF, VHF bands. So you're looking at it right here on the screen. So we have 3 windows in wireless Workbench. The inventory is the one that actually keeps track of all of the wireless stuff that you have. So you can see here on this side, anything that's green is actually connected and networked into the system at the moment. If it's gray, it's connected, but it's not networked. And if there's no color at all the way on the left, it means it's something that cannot physically connect to our system. So it's either going to be our BLX devices or PSM 300s, things that don't have Ethernet ports, or competitor devices. Because wireless Workbench doesn't just work with Shure devices, it integrates with Shure devices, but you can coordinate frequencies for Sennheiser, Electrosonics, whatever other devices you want. It's an all-in-one kind of system.
Before we continue on with the video, a quick word from our sponsor, the Worship Ministry School Accelerator Program. You may not know this, but in addition to all the YouTube content we're creating here at Churchfront, we also partner with local church worship and production ministries to help them hit their ministry goals. Over the past 4 years, we've worked personally with hundreds of worship ministries around the globe. We've helped churches navigate upgrading their worship tech, building better systems to grow their team of volunteers, as well as address any knowledge or skill gaps required for modern day worship ministry. When you join the Accelerator program, you get access to our entire library of online, on-demand courses, and you get unlimited access to our team of Churchfront coaches. To learn more about joining the program, click the link below this video to apply and schedule your free strategy session today. Now let's get back to the video.
Once you set your inventory, you go to the frequency coordination screen here. This is already coordinated and done, obviously, but what you're seeing here is the entire wireless spectrum that we have in this room, right? So we did a scan using the 8600, which is our brand new fancy frequency manager. I love this thing, it's super cool. So we did a scan with that, and you can see here, this is real time. It's actually continuously scanning. And you can see these sharp spikes right here are other transmitters that are in the room. So, Sennheiser's here, so they probably have some transmitters on. We have a couple of other companies here that have wireless systems going on. These little shorter spikes over here are transmitters that are in a different room, a little bit further away. And then these big spikes here, these are TV channels that are in the area. Fort Wayne is not a particularly busy TV market, but if you're somewhere like Dallas, for example, or Miami, Florida, or New York, you're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more of this frequency space is going to be taken up by TV channels. And then once you do a scan, all of your stuff that you see here, whether it's connected or not, you can hit calculate, and it will find the best open frequencies that are available based on the scan. And then if your stuff is networked and connected, so basically Shure stuff that's SLXD up, and also our PSM 1000 in-ear system, you just hit assign and deploy. If they're networked, it'll automatically assign those new frequencies to the devices, and you don't even have to worry about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, anything else like BLX or competitor devices, it will still find open frequencies for those devices. You'll just have to manually enter them once you calculate them.
So again, do we need this device in order to scan? No?
Nope. You can scan with any of our devices. So if I'm looking here, every single device that's networked is going to be up here, and you can choose which device I scan with. So if you're only running ULXD, I mean, you don't need to worry about the rest of the spectrum. You're only working with the spectrum that you can work with, so it'll scan within the confines of the device.
So then where on the graph am I seeing like the microphones that you assigned?
So our assigned microphones are these green ones here. Before you deploy them, they're going to be white, which means that you found frequencies for them, but you actually haven't set them up.
Yep.
And then once you hit deploy, they're going to turn green. Once you like them, you can actually lock them up. And then one of these arrows, I can't see it right here, will start pointing down rather than out to the right, which means that it's locked. But yeah, anything that's green has already been calculated and deployed.
So, and I could see here like the H band, the G, the J. So these are the numbers when people are shopping for wireless units.
Correct.
You have to be aware of like the ranges that they come with.
Exactly, yeah. So here we have G57, which is the Axient device right up here. That's going to have the widest range, which is why it's the longest bar.
Okay.
And then H10, this is our BLX, I believe. Yes, this is our BLX system. The J13 is going to be our PSM 300, and then the H55 is going to be our SLXD system right here. So it shows you actively which frequency band all of your devices are in, so you can see it in real time.
So if you have SLX, ULX, Axion, those devices they have the network connections on them, and they can do the scanning.
Correct.
But if I have like a more budget, entry-level budget system like with a GLX,
got it.
Does that not have the ability to do that?
So it does not have the ability to scan, but we just released Wireless Workbench 7, which is what you're looking at here.
Yeah.
2 huge changes compared to our previous Wireless Workbench software. Number one, anyone here that's watching your stuff that is a Wireless Workbench user will notice that now it's dark. It's permanently dark. One of the biggest complaints that we got is you're in a theater or you're in a space where everything is dark. You're using Wireless Workbench and you've got this bright screen right in front of your face. So now it's permanently dark, so it's not going to be flashing brightness at you in a dark space. And the other thing you can do, to your question, is we've added a scan library. And the scan library is it's not a work in progress, it's live, but it's constantly being updated. So if you look here, so here's the United States, for example. We can go, anywhere here. We can go to Buffalo Grove, Illinois, and I can actually look at the scan that I did. Again, here's a busier TV environment, by the way, for anyone that's curious to see anything above that red line that you see there, our TV channels. So you can go to the scan library. You can get scans from anywhere you're going. So if you have devices that can't do a scan for you, you can log onto the scan library, download somebody else's scan, and work off of that. And on these scans, you can actually see what the range is. You can see what devices they are. You can see a preview of the scan before you download it and import it into Wireless Workbench. But the idea behind it is, like, if you're planning a tour, for example, and you're in one location, you want to see, you're trying to pick, as you were saying, the frequency band, right? I want to pick the right frequency band for Dallas, for Phoenix, for whatever. You can look at scans in those areas and start making some of those decisions.
To get you kind of a larger picture of what frequency is going to work, but then use Wireless Workbench if you have a compatible wireless system to get more honed in to, like, I guess on a more detailed level, what exact frequency is going to work.
And the idea is, like, to your original question, if I can't do a scan, if I'm using only competitor devices, for example, or if I'm using only devices that can't network and do the scan for me, I can download the scan, put it into Workbench, and still coordinate for my devices.
So all these are just networked in the same switch do you have here? Or like
actually, I believe they're all being networked through the Axion, because there's 4 Ethernet ports on the back of the Axion device.
Wow.
So it acts as the switch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And the switch is just plugged into your laptop.
Yep.
Awesome. Or the Axion's plugged into
so basically one of the Ethernet ports is going to the laptop,
Yep.
and the remaining 3 are going out to the other devices.
Yep. Awesome.
So lastly, we have monitor mode, and in this mode, you can actually view all of the channels that you have networked on your devices. So the monitor screen will show you everything that the front screen of any of your devices will show. Again, this only works with Shure devices that are networked. That's how it operates. But right now, I have this Axion transmitter that I'm using, and you can see that it's real-time monitoring everything that's happening. It's showing me my RF strength, whether I'm really, really close to this antenna here, so you're seeing that little red dot light up because it's basically an RF overload at that point. So obviously, our rule is generally keep about 10 feet away from your antennas. But you can see the audio strength. You can actually change some of these settings as well. You can put a mute on. You can change the volume levels and all that cool stuff. And this is really, really useful for people that can't get near their devices, but they want to actually in real time be watching what their wireless system is doing. And not only that, you can also view a real-life timeline of what's happening. So if you have an interference event, like you can see those red splotches right there is when I got a little too close, or if you have a dropout, you can actually record this live monitor, and you can actually backtrack and see exactly what happened during your show.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, thanks so much, Yuri. Guys, make sure you check out the links below to learn more about Shure products and to download the latest version of Wireless Workbench. If you found the video helpful, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.